November 30th, 2009. This is Diehard Gamer Radio, episode 78.
You are approaching the target of attack. Your mission starts now. Are you ready? The countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, go!
You are listening to Diehard Gamer Radio, the source for off-mainstream video game news and topics. And now, your hosts, Murdock, Brian, John, and Steve.
Just a couple more shots.
Well, welcome back to Diehard Gamer Radio. I am Murdock, and with me is Steve's finger.
Yeah, it's Mr. Bipple.
Miss-
And there's a reference for all you kids out there.
and with me, besides Steve, we have Roger, who owns Gimme Anime.
GimmeAnime.com.
Yes, it's an awesome anime store. Spend all your money there.
And buy for our holiday specials.
What are your holiday specials? Free?
Well, right now it's buy 4 used DVDs and get one free.
Free
And a
melted
hand job.
Free melted cheese with every purchase of hentai.
Yeah, you just give you
Could be sour cream, but
They just
you know.
or cottage cheese.
they just give you a big bowl of salsa con queso with your hentai.
Oh god, you're not making me want to buy that hentai.
And I also
you get to pick from one of the variety of sides.
Oh,
So there's a salsa con queso and the cottage cheese and the sour cream.
the room temperature cottage cheese,
or
and
hand job.
or if you want the
What they do is they give you a little coupon for the massage place, 3 places to go.
Oh,
And then
see, I was thinking that maybe Roger would be giving the hand job, in which case I was like, no,
No.
no,
Bad
thank you.
idea.
So go to Gimme Anime and ask for the Mitchell platter. I'm sure.
Yeah, they'll grow you some steaks and let you eat out of the vat of room temperature cottage cheese.
And
Ugh.
with me, along with Roger and Steve, we have back for his 90th appearance on Diehard Gamer Radio. We have Mike, otherwise known as Pasty Mike, otherwise known as the Pastinator.
The pastinator?
I just made that up.
Do I kill pasty people or?
He's providing our cottage cheese.
Oh, I better get working then. If you need a vat full.
you
Well,
don't know what that means.
You will when you grow up, Steve. When you get a little older.
so where does cottage cheese come from, Mike?
You don't want to know.
The stork.
Ugh.
He chews it up and then regurgitates it.
This is the chunkiest podcast ever. My God.
Brought to you by Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's.
And we'll be brought to you by Taco Bell during editing, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll be brought to you by Taco Bell, and then Taco Bell will bring it again about 1 a.m. tonight.
Or is your gut going to rage?
What?
Is your gut going to rage?
Yes, it's going to have an issue.
I don't let my gut
It's going-
shove me around.
The-
Rage,
Welcome.
rage.
It's going to write it's going to write a very testy letter to the editors.
Oh, really?
Rage to the coming of the dawn.
Oh, and we have Emily
and
here.
that
to,
voice.
Yeah, we have Emily here to correct us during this podcast.
But why? She just listens to it anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, but she doesn't comment on the, that's Keegan's job.
Well, that's true. So let's go to the news, unless we have anything else we want
No.
to share.
Because there's so much to make fun of in the schedule. We need
It
to
is.
know.
I tried to make it a comedy
It's fucking
goldmine.
awesome. It is fucking awesome, dude.
By the way, I wanted to add that it is the 5th birthday of World of Warcraft. So for those of you who've been playing World of Warcraft all 5 years, that yellow thing in the sky is called the sun.
That flaming ball of fire in
Yeah.
the sky that comes up every 12 hours.
Yeah.
Matt asked me, "Where were you when World of Warcraft came out?" I was at CompUSA buying it.
When there was a CompUSA?
Oh,
There still are CompUSA. It's just in Florida.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
How appropriate.
What does that mean?
He means CompUSA bought a lot of real estate that's underwater now.
Oh.
I was thinking maybe they were like, Sauron, and they were pushed back to Mordor, which is basically Miami. And,
And
That's-
then they piled up in front of Mordor and
or something.
Yeah, so
you must bring back the ring to kiss me.
Kiss me.
David Caruso has the
Yeah.
One Ring.
You must bring it
He's-
back before
he's-
the sun goes supernova.
He's the mouth of Sauron.
Yeah.
He is. He is.
Yeah.
So first up, No More Heroes coming out for Xbox 360 and PS3, which would probably interest no one here.
No, because
Why would it interest anybody at all? Because
Yes.
wasn't that a gimmick game for the Wii?
Yeah.
Port?
Yeah. How do you sword fight with the 360
In a way that
non-motion
isn't
sensing?
better than that, or that is better or equivalent to, I don't know, Assassin's Creed.
You can't.
Yeah.
Well,
gonna
I'm wondering,
Suckers!
when is this supposed to be out?
Next year sometime.
Next year? Will the Natal be out at that time?
The Natal.
No,
I
because
don't know.
Natal
So they
needs
can
to go
use-
run some errands for Jakar.
He does sound like a science fiction character.
Natal was a science fiction character in B5.
Oh, was that his little helper?
One of them.
Oh, wow.
There was Natoth, and there was Natal, and there was a couple other ones.
Oh, God. Now we're geek dick sizing. Christ.
Nonetheless,
That's why I like
no,
to call it
the
Natal.
only game you're gonna play with that thing is the little kid AI game that
Oh, you were using
creepily
Milo?
kills you at night when it comes out of your TV.
So it's like Ringu, but different.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a Ringu
It-
video game.
It like recognizes when you're doing stuff and you're like cleaning the house, and it'll walk by and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" You're like, "Okay."
I would be like, "Fuck yourself, get the fuck out." I usually don't have the video game on while I'm doing chores.
So it's not
well, it's
like
kind of it's supposed to be like this AI sort of virtual pets thing, except it's this little kid.
Does it like crap itself to death if you don't clean up?
I think they
no,
fixed
like,
that bug.
it's like
the
the
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, the Tamagotchi would die if you didn't clean up after it. Maybe he's this like little kid gonna be the same way. I gotta
Yeah,
like.
he reaches puberty and he whacks himself off to death because you're not teaching him proper. I don't know.
You need to buy him a little
Gym sock
AI,
use.
Gym sock use.
that's DLC that you have to download
Yeah.
eventually off.
Yeah,
Xbox.
you can unlock that. It's on the disc already.
It'll
That'll
say
be-
achievement unlocked.
That'll be 800 points. Achievement unlocked.
Galaxy in a sock.
Oh.
That's the name of the
Galaxy
achievement.
in a sock. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess it could work on PS3. It's because that annoying sensor control thing.
No, well, not really. The
It didn't
six
work
axis
at
doesn't
all.
really work that way.
It didn't work at all. I hate it. Whoever designed that was a fuckhead.
Well,
I'm serious. The
Well,
worst.
why did
idea
you
ever.
spend the money?
No, I mean on the PS3 is fine, but the motion control and the controllers.
yeah, the six axis.
Well, they're supposed to be having a new toy coming out,
Well, what they have like 3 months to come up with that 6-axis motion control thing,
Yeah.
It's because they couldn't get the Rumble pack.
right?
Well, they had
So
to,
they
they
gotta
had to
have
settle
some
that
gimmick.
lawsuit. It's like,
Yeah.
So anyway,
Don't all controllers rumble now anyway?
Yeah, but it's
Well-
a specific method by which they did the motion control nonsense.
and a bunch of patent trolls came by and went, no.
Well, they should never have bothered.
They should have just had, like the Atari 2600 joystick.
Well, it was the least of the PS3's problems at release. So,
Yeah.
That's true.
namely, well, we've never seen one before. We have a standee though.
Yeah. Let's mimic the 3DO's marketing.
Yeah, Trip Hawkins, where are you? Oh wait, was it Trip Hawkins? Who was that?
It was Trip Hawkins.
Was it Trip
for 3D
Hawkins that
for
was in 3DO?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It was
some-
so bad,
our-
Trip Hawkins vaporized.
They get our business suggestions from Trip Hawkins.
So next So next up, Final Fight coming for PSN and XBLA, which would interest Steve because he likes beating up on barrels and eating the food that's contained within them.
Hey, look, a chicken.
So
Yeah.
it's
Freshly
really
cooked.
so it's not a remake. It's actually just the virtual MAME version of it.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes you wonder why.
So
you
why
just
wouldn't I
don't-
just be a dirty pirate and download it and play it on MAME?
Yeah,
If
could
I
do that.
really wanted to play Final Fight.
which I'm
Which-
sure you do.
Nobody in the
not
world
really.
wants to do.
That's true.
Dude,
It's
one
like,
of your-
oh, you know what? I really wish they would put out Final Fight.
Yeah, and then we can have Trio the Punch on XBLA. That'd be sweet.
Look at this. Another one. Another guy just
Ding,
just
achievement
missed a field goal.
Yeah.
Achievement unlocked. Trio the Punch has been.
Yeah, you can download it for free. I still wouldn't do it. It'd waste a bandwidth,
Yeah.
and then it'd be like sitting on my hard drive,
Well, it's a really
like a dead mouse in a mouse trap. It's like I gotta deal with that eventually, but right now I don't want to acknowledge it.
What is this? What is this number 3 here?
Pick
Pick
your
your
girlfriend's
nose with Real Kanojo.
It's
Oh,
not
Kanojo. Oh,
Kanojo,
Oh,
girlfriend, not
Concho.
not Concho.
You can poke her in the nose,
Concho.
squeeze
Concho.
her cheeks. If I have a girlfriend, I don't really think about squeezing her cheeks.
What do
Depends
you
upon
think
what
of?
cheeks.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess cheeks. I was thinking on her face because you're picking her nose for her. So
Well, I mean,
can you do this? What system is this coming out for?
it's for PC as of right now because it
So
is a
really-
smut game.
See, it would be better if it
Oh,
there was some sort of
you
motion.
could use Natal for
control
that.
Wii.
yeah, there you go, Natal. You can
Yeah.
grope the girl games
Yeah.
with your natal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Milo's watching.
Oh,
It's
part of my
like,
natal. Let me just tuck that away.
Yeah.
Was it Milo from Natal is probably wondering, it's like, why are you making all that cream cheese over there?
Yeah, he's
I'm
wondering-
only 12. What is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking maybe what we need to do is set this game facing Milo. And so
There you
just see
go.
what happens.
There you go. I really think that who was the Alm Supreme cult who was trying to sarin gas the subways?
Oh, the
Yeah.
Shirikyo or
yes,
something like that.
yes.
Is
They-
Shining Path. Oh wait, no.
That was in Shining Path, but they didn't go far enough. When I see news like this, it's like really.
Well, like
on
there isn't
now.
enough fucked up
I-
shit
I
in
think you're
America.
I think you're protesting too much against something that has a lot of win potential in it.
You think that picking a virtual girl's nose has win potential?
Not directly,
Not directly,
but the ancillary, the area effects of such a thing existing can result in lots of lulls.
well, yeah. If you're on 4chan a lot, you can see like screen grabs that Diehard have made of it. Hey, I picked my virtual girlfriend's nose this Saturday.
And
Win, Y or N?
And a zebra came out.
Yeah.
All sorts of photoshopping.
Oh,
It'll be awesome.
I don't know. I think
Thank you for that.
Emily just picked Roger's
Roger's
nose.
for him.
I attempted to at least.
Oh, Lord.
I always wanted a concubine to pick my nose for me.
I can think of so many other things to do with a concubine that.
Well, if you have more than one, you have to spread out the
Oh.
job workload.
Oh,
You don't want to
I never-
overload one.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I
like
mean-
you'll be the nose picker.
Yeah.
You'll be the ass wiper.
It's like having multiple CPUs.
It's like it's like a female version of a Beowulf cluster.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be. There'd be like that's whenever they come out with the first sex droid and it goes on Slashdot, the first comments will be imagine a Beowulf cluster of these. And someone will say, I think those are called harems.
Oh God, help us all.
That's
You
sad.
just named the next new big anime series,
What?
Beowulf cluster.
Beowulf? It's gonna be
Beowulf
called-
Cluster.
Yeah.
no,
Except Beowulf cluster.
yeah, and the whole thing will be
Well,
written
it'd
in
be, you know,
hiragana.
Bishojo CPU.
Bishojo CPU Beowulf cluster.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that title's not long enough to be an anime. It'd have to have something
be-
at the beginning,
yeah,
like
it'd be like-
Uchu Senkan.
Yeah. Beowulf cluster Z.
Hikikomori Beowulf cluster. Hikikomori Beowulf cluster love story or
Z.
something. Yeah.
Z, yeah.
Yeah.
Z or KY.
That's an $1 million Amaro idea right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
You have to use birth control with a virtual girlfriend.
Depends on how digital your little guys are.
I suppose that's probably true.
Welcome to the game grid.
There's
you
a
go,
there's a
yeah.
patch for your batch.
Well, you need a what you call it?
You need an analog to digital adapter.
Yeah, you do. You need one of those.
Sock.
Pretty much.
Ugh. You could have another Photoshop with just a
that's-
sock on it.
No, Sark.
Sock.
Sark.
Sock.
All my functions are yours.
All my
Sark.
function are yours, sock.
Deploy the logic probe. With this, audience of one, we're having a little bit of a malfunction today, whereby our monitoring system has a bit of a reverb in it. So actually, when we're saying all these things, it actually kind of sounds
awesome.
like when they were walking around in Tron, and there was always that weird reverb at the end of it. So whenever they say "sock,"
Oh,
it actually
speaking of
sounds like
that, did you see that they've got some video game footage for the next Tron video game based off the new
It's
didn't
not
even
in the
play that last
schedule.
movie?
It's not on the schedule.
Roger.
Not on the schedule.
Yeah,
Well, neither is the cottage cheese.
That goes
but
at
well,
the end. Goes at
I've
the
got
end.
a
that goes at
schedule
the
here,
end
and
there.
I'm looking. I'm not seeing Tron.
This will never be a well-run podcast if we don't run it with a clockwork precision of night calls on the Playboy channel.
Yeah.
Christy Canyon and Nikki Hunter. How can you go wrong?
We need more tits for that.
Well, hey, at least we've been on longer than our Maxim brothers.
Oh, we're like twice as long as they were on now.
Yeah.
That channel doesn't even exist. That's how far gone that podcast is.
That they vaporized. They were so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Well, I think people took and looked at the Playboy channel and said, okay, so basically, except for the video game podcast, you're exactly the same, except you don't have porn stars. So
And like actual boobs.
Redundance.
Yeah. Why would you do that? I don't
All right.
Well, that's my idea of Maxim anyway. It's like,
Well, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
but you get
understand
chicks in there in scantily clad clothing that you wouldn't get in Playboy. So
well, yeah, but that's what the internet is for.
I don't care.
So, next up, enough of this.
Puzzle Quest 2. What is that?
It's like
It's a
Bejeweled meets RPG.
meets boring ass game.
So it's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, crap.
You don't like puzzle games, do you?
No.
Puzzle games suck their own ass.
No, if I wanted to play a puzzle game, I'd just go and get a crossword book.
No, you'd play with that
play
girlfriend's nose, that real
Yeah.
Kanojo. That's a puzzle game.
Does she like get turned on in the game if you pick her nose and then?
I don't
That's
do
disgusting.
No
those.
girls get turned on if you pick their nose?
I imagine not. I've never tried.
You should try it and get back to us in your next appearance.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure there's a forum for that.
Go on
somewhere.
Craigslist and say, looking for a girl who gets turned on by me picking her nose. I'm going to give you an over. There's going to be an over under of 3, and I'm saying 5 women will actually reply saying, I find that really hot.
And will most of them be real women or
No.
just? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'll get 5.
One half of them. One half of one will be a woman. You'll get like
Yeah.
some kind of
and
chimera.
but she'll take up enough room for her to be 2.
Oh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Hey, Judah.
Ugh.
Hey, I want no Wookiee.
Ugh.
Be
Ho,
Jedi.
ho, ho, ho,
All right.
ho, ho,
All right,
ho,
that's
ho,
enough of
ho,
that. We
ho,
can't afford to
ho,
pay
ho.
LucasArts.
Yes, we had. If you speak in Tatooine,
Yeah.
Huttonese, wasn't it? or
I
something
don't
like that?
know,
That's
some
fucking
sort of
bad.
subtitled nonsense.
Oh.
That's most of Star Wars.
Ho 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 ho.
All right. Are you done, Steve?
It's actually sounded like the Phantom of Crankor when he does that.
No.
You know, this isn't going to sound nearly as cool once we finally listen to it.
It sounds pretty bitchin' now, though.
Yeah.
Well, can't he add the reverb later?
I can, but why would we want to? It's really annoying.
No one listens.
So
to this
everyone else
anyway.
can enjoy our
Nobody listens to it
pain.
either. He's got
All
the
right.
man has a point.
Next up, Afterburner Climax announced.
That's what I was saying. What does that even mean?
It's well, have you played Afterburner?
Noses on dowels.
This like 10 years ago, 20, 15, 20 years ago.
Afterburner. Wasn't there an
Afterburner?
Afterburner 2?
Yes.
Christ, there might have been. I mean, I'm talking.
Well,
like,
Afterburner was just they needed another vehicle for the Space Harrier engine, so.
yeah, like
Yeah,
the
it is.
big movie chair that moves around.
Hey, that was cool.
No, we never
Space
got that. We
Harrier.
just had the stand-up one.
Oh,
You
were in
ended
the
up playing
ghetto
both.
arcade.
Actually, it was easier to control when you didn't have the moving chair.
Well, it was easier to not. It was easier in control because you weren't slipping all over the little kid throw up that threw up. It's like, what is that? Half a pizza?
Yeah.
I'd love to play Afterburner, but
Once
someone's gotta
again,
clean out
there's-
the M&Ms
yeah.
inside the cabinet.
Once again, there's noodles in the Afterburner cabinet. It's like, oh god.
I was like,
But why?
yeah, that Stephen Colbert one where they took him up in the plane and he spends 20 minutes throwing up in the back seat.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. He's like, I've got a strong stomach. This will be no problem for me. So the pilot goes, how you doing? Yeah, it's like, I'm doing pretty well. It's like, all right, now we're going to start. It's got him in his little air sick bag the whole time.
Oh,
It's like,
wow.
awesome. You're like, you ready? Yeah, I'm doing fine.
All right. So what do we do? Prince of
So-
another fucking Prince of Persia.
Yep, the Forgotten Sands. And I added our little thing
Oh,
here,
that's
ASTASF, a sequel to a successful franchise.
Yeah,
Shocking.
Well, this is
Yes.
supposed to be for the movie that's coming out.
Oh, with Jake Gyllenhaal, Beefy McGee.
Yes. Directed by Yui Bowl.
No, it's
No.
not directed by you.
It's
No,
The
not.
thing's being released by Disney.
Well, we know it's gonna suck ass then.
Yeah.
Well,
Who's-
no, it's supposed to be by the same people who did like Pirates of the Caribbean. So
I didn't.
you're
enjoy
gonna
that
have like
much either.
medium suck if you have
Hey,
anything.
you speaking of the movie thing, do you see the thing now? So, GE buys 20% of NBC Universal that Vivendi owned, so that Comcast can buy NBC Universal. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have
How
no
does
idea what
Comcast
you
have that
said.
much money?
Well, you and I pay them subscription fees every month.
Yeah, but like, there's from what I can tell, they're the worst run company ever.
Well, no, I work for
No.
the worst run company ever, but I'm just.
I was gonna
saying.
say there's we still have car companies,
No, that's
Not
true,
many.
Yeah. Well,
Well, they're still around, but I'm quite sure that they're considering that I think Comcast actually is making money as opposed to these others that are.
I don't know.
not.
They keep raising my subscription fees, so I feel like they must have accelerating expenses, right? Right?
Sure.
Well, they want to be able to buy NBC Universal, so
Yeah, you've helped make that possible,
Oh,
Steve.
exactly.
Yeah, cool.
That's all right. There's nothing
It's-
good coming
Now,
out.
Thanks,
eh,
Steve.
Yeah, NBC Universal. Now we'll be able to watch Talk Soup on NBC.
Yeah,
they can
yeah,
replace the Jay
Jesus.
Leno show with that.
Yeah.
It's now
Well,
it's
actually,
just
that
the
would be a
soup.
better idea.
They just call it the soup now.
Soup.
Yeah.
Soup.
Still funny though. It's not as funny as John John
Tosh
Henson.
2.0. Tosh.
No, when John Henson was doing Talk Soup many years ago,
Mm-hmm.
that was
So
pretty.
there
funny.
were puppets on there?
No,
No.
not Jim Henson. John Henson.
Oh.
You mean the guy that does To Catch a Predator?
No,
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
that's
So there's no Kermit the Frog on there, and
No.
nobody's saying, "Please have a seat."
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Huh.
And
Your
now, please
mission
have a
should
seat
you-
over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mission, should you accept it, is to do that, to make the Muppet version of To Catch a Predator.
That would be pretty cool. You could have
Yeah.
like Oscar the Grouch trying to get like.
No, you
Yeah.
just.
And,
no,
and
no,
it shows
some
up
poon
and
on the
Sam the
internet.
Eagle's sitting there.
Yeah, he's like, Oscar T. Grouch, would you please have a seat over here? And he's still wearing his trash can. You know, he walks around. He's like, oh.
You know what would be awesome? Have Statler and Waldorf. up
Yeah,
there.
yeah. That would. Be
Oh, we
funny
caught
shit.
you! Oh,
We caught him red-handed. Which hand was that? Oh!
Or you'd have to have what's his name in there going, what color are their hands now?
Or the one who always brings paper towels.
Yeah,
I
I
got
got some
some
paper towels.
Yeah. Well, that could make a whole new meaning for that kind of show.
Yeah, see, this is
Uh,
your mission. Should you choose to accept it?
I think it would be really
foul though.
It'd be like Meet the
How
Feebles.
is this any sort of
And
you
and then
know-
after Oscar the Grouch, they can have Grover, and they have the videotape. They have the videotape, and he's like, in, out, in, out. Oh, here comes the police. Near, far.
see, you need to be doing this.
There's so much material there.
Yeah,
It's-
you need to be
it's-
doing this.
It's really tempting.
Yeah.
And then they
should
can
be
have the
doing
guy that
I'm
has those.
almost ashamed to admit.
Yeah.
That's it's a million euro
It
idea.
is a million
it's-
Well,
euro idea.
it's almost a million euro idea. The
What do you mean
game has to be
almost?
made entirely out of Legos, and then it's a million euro idea.
Huh.
Yeah.
I just kind of went off in the left field there. I don't really go
Yeah,
with that
I
one.
don't know.
Okay.
Legos.
So do we have anything on Prince of Persia?
No,
Do we
the
care?
last thing we need is
I-
another Prince of Persia game.
Yeah, I hate all the Prince of Persia games. Why make another one?
Especially the first one on the
Hey,
Apple
they were some good
IIe.
games. I don't.
Yeah, the Prince
particularly
of
care for
Persia on the Atari ST.
Yeah. I played it on my Apple IIe. No, it was not.
Yes, it was. It was a good game.
Oh, Emily's saying Sands of Time was awesome. You can't hear her.
Yeah, she is our studio audience today.
Well, she's doing that thing with the thread again.
She's measuring out the lives of men.
That's true. Oh, she could be one of the fates.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that wouldn't be good to have Emily as one of the fates. Everyone's
She'd
thread.
go
Yeah, it
Scissor
wasn't great to
happy.
Yeah,
wasn't great to
everyone's-
have the fates being one of the fates either. It
Well,
never really
that's-
was
yeah.
working out in your benefit no matter what. So
Yeah, I have
All
a
right.
feeling you're
So
probably right.
next up, sad on a level unheard of, a
Yeah,
guy
this
marries
is
his own video game character.
a new fucking low.
Yeah, on Sunday, a man named Sal 9000, which may
How did he
actually
get
be
that
his real name, married the love of his life. Her name is Nene Anagasaki, and she lives in the Nintendo DS video game called Love, Plus.
I was reading an interesting article on men in Japan who basically have these virtual girlfriend type things going on, not just in the video games or whatever. And it's kind of funny because on one hand you're like, huh. On the other hand, when they interview these guys, they go, yeah, just real women are too much work.
Well,
And you go, I want to say you're wrong,
They are a lot of work.
but I just can't. I have this creeping, unfortunate feeling that they've just come to a conclusion faster than I have.
they are
Yeah.
cheaper.
Well, the video game is cheaper than a real
Mhm.
date. There's no two ways about that.
It's true.
Yeah.
They could even set a.
Unless they want to
Oh.
go to
Not all women are like that. I'd like to mention.
no, just most of them.
Well, vast majority of them. In
And
the
you know what?
Denver
You know what?
area.
You know what you call trying to find the ones that aren't like that? Work.
Well, in the
You,
same
you really
way
need
that-
to offshore that work.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
need to
need
get
a
a- you need-
Bangalore woman sorter.
You,
Well-
you need to get a call center in the Philippines to work on that.
Well, it's the same kind of work as I would classify work of finding a leprechaun's pot of gold, or
Yeah.
finding a unicorn, or not doing my job because I have every confidence that a gnome will come in the night and do my work for me
In exchange for underwear.
in exchange for underwear or my firstborn child or something
Right,
along those
right,
lines.
right.
Something you're not using.
Yeah, I, not
I've got like 3 or 4 firstborn child sitting in my closet right now. I could get a whole bunch of stuff done.
huh. So, and you were complaining you couldn't find women. Where are these firstborn
I
children?
didn't say they
spring
were
from?
mine.
Oh, they could be anybody's firstborn.
I would just get shouted down. I don't.
I saw a movie the other
Hey,
day.
hey,
on-
listen. Just
that's-
because you were walking down the street one day and one of them actually gang tackled you and threw it into the trunk of her car and drove off with you, that's not work.
Yeah.
That's not inaccurate.
So
Yeah,
how
this
does
is
that
what I'm
gimp
saying.
mask feel, really?
Yeah. Was it like Pulp Fiction? Was,
Oh wow.
was once his name? Who was the guy? in
Bruce
that?
Willis?
No, the black
Marcellus Wallace.
dude. Marcellus Wallace, yeah. Was Marcellus Wallace present at some point?
Yeah. Well, it's like Tiger Woods. That's what happened to him. That's why he was trying to get away. He got him the chains off of the water heater. He made a mad dash for the Escalade. He managed to get his gimp mask off in the meantime. But wifey finds out. She hears the ruckus. She grabs a 9-iron. Is going to knock him in the head with it. She gets a good swing off, hits him in the head. He passes out while he's driving away.
It's an elaborate conspiracy theory you've constructed.
No, it's
He's been thinking about this for a while.
Well,
So,
you
when
hear about it
EA
all the
comes
time.
out with the next Tiger Woods, is that going to be in the
It's
game?
an Easter egg.
Yep, you have to.
It's going to be a driving game.
It's the
after
hot
that.
coffee version of
Yeah.
Tiger Woods 2010.
Yeah.
get your gimp mask off and get to the tournament in time. You've got to win Mama some more money.
So this is just adding it. Very, very sad that he wants to.
Well, I
marry
really
to
do
this
think
video game
we
character.
have to think because she's not unique to that one version of the game, right? So other people are playing the game. with-
Maybe
Yeah,
he
they're
likes
cheating
the
an
whole cockled
instance.
thing.
It's an instance thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's like
It's like if there were 1 million twins, they all are essentially the same, but environmentally they may have resulted in differences that are
huh.
variants
Yeah.
between instances. So.
We call those manufacturing defects.
What knocks me over is that according to this, there was a bridesmaid involved who was also not a real person.
Yep.
I don't know. Does he
Yeah,
have
I'm
like
where did
another
she
DS
spring
or
from?
something?
So I mean,
The problem is that this is just, I mean,
Is she like DLC? You're like, get her friend too. That's 800 points.
that would suck if she had DRM. That
Yeah, really. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, what happens when his DS dies?
yeah.
yeah.
It's
he'll
a
hold
divorce.
a funeral.
Yeah.
What
He'll
happened-
be a widower.
What happens
Yeah.
if he deletes his save file?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of issues that I don't think this young man's thought of. I
Or-
think he's jumping into this marriage.
Or if the sequel
prematurely.
comes out?
Yeah, but a lot of those things solve his problem.
A lot of those, like the DS dying and then
Yeah.
he has to bury it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it solves his problem. What if she has any assets he gets at the end?
That's true. Or if he divorces her ass, does she
Does
get
she
half
get?
his shit?
Well, I mean, does she get the equivalent of the Social Security in Japan? So when
Yeah.
she dies, he gets like survivor benefits.
Yeah.
He
wouldn't
he
know
may
this.
have actually thought this out further than we're thinking he did.
Well, looking at his picture on the internet, I don't think so.
He
doesn't
He
look
does
like
for
a-
our viewers at home. He does in the pictures that we saw look very like a tomboy.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
could put a
he-
little makeup on him and grow his hair out longer, and you could put him in some sort of cross-dressing J-pop band.
Yeah. Yeah, he really does.
Isn't that
look like
all
a
of them?
Very butch woman with a gap in his teeth.
Maybe.
And not, he doesn't look like a real
So did he get a
thinker, you know.
prenup?
I don't know. That's another good question. And who would sign it? I mean, can she sign documents?
Well, it's a DS. You could just
you could
well,
just sign. You could just sign with a stylus.
yeah.
Well, he could put his signature in. I don't know
Yeah.
about hers.
Or
Maybe
do
that
we-
already came.
Do we assume that she's consenting because she's on his DS? I mean, how do you ask a video game character?
She was
"Will
in
you
my
marry
bed,
me?"
officer. I assume that means consent.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm just serious.
She
I'm
had
just
no
thinking.
protests about being in my system. and-
Yeah, you see, yeah. I mean, is there a program in there? If you marry, then she says yes or no. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
It's one
Yeah,
of those
you're
false choice
marrying a
things that
bit.
they have in RPGs.
Oh yeah, if you'd say no, she.
It's like, are you sure you don't want to marry me?
Yeah, it just gives you yes or no again. Then you could click on no until you turn blue in the face. It's gonna say until you say yes.
Wow.
Or turn off your system, whichever comes first.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll be happy.
I
doing
wish
whatever it
I
is
wish
you do.
I wish the couple all the best.
No, you don't. You're a big liar.
We wish the couple all the best and look forward to seeing them again on Boing Boing.
I have a feeling that the divorce is going to be on Boing Boing.
No, the
That's
divorce
so-
will be
talking
on
about.
something awful.
Well, yeah.
Well,
People still
it-
go to something awful?
I don't know. Ever since he got his ass kicked by Yui Bowl, I don't think so.
I think the something awful guys spend most of their time on Eve now. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's-
next up, that's it. Well, actually, that's it for the news.
this next one is very interesting too.
Well,
I like that it's titled "Love Is Over."
Love is over. Yeah, at Thanksgiving, Brian was showing off Bionic Commando, the new one, Rearmed, or not Rearmed, but the Bionic Commando 3D game that he won at Child's Play, I believe. And he was playing around with my Xbox and gave me an avatar that I did not want.
That's almost like a wedgie, you know. It's just, you gave me an avatar.
No, it's not like a wedgie. It's more like getting AIDS.
You know, if I had known that, I
Brian
would have
gave you
congratulated him.
AIDS.
Yes.
I would have congratulated him. That's
So I've been going on GameFAQs and other sites to see if there was a way that I can remove it, but
from
didn't
what I
get a
hear, it's impossible.
Join the social, Murdock. Join the social.
Impossible.
Well, I'm gonna.
Three words for you. Impossible.
So I'm gonna have to throw away my Xbox or something like that. I
I'll
don't know.
take it.
Now. You haven't told everybody your secret shame. The fact your Japanese 360 does have an avatar.
Well, I had to have an avatar because that was
It's
the only
kinda
way I
like-
could do DLC.
And now
on
you
it.
have to have one too.
So
And
did
now
you,
it
what'd you dress it
is
in?
classic.
What
Oh,
now?
I can just look. You're my friend. I can just look.
No.
Well,
'cause-
no, I don't think he's turned on his Xbox onto the live.
Yeah, and
So
no,
that's he's pretty much. You might as well just cancel your Xbox account. You'll never be on it.
But time to spend some more money. You
Out of
gotta buy
shame.
yourself a new. Oh wait, if you do, you're still gonna have to make an Xbox avatar.
Lol.
So I'm currently.
So his
Oh,
hardcore gaming
Rob-
cred is gone.
Except all the hardcore gamers have avatars, so that's full of bullshit.
What?
Yes.
No, they
Yes.
don't.
Yes, they do.
Why?
Well, they're all gay. I just
Why
want
are
to
you
add
all,
that right
why
now.
are you all bent out of shape about having it?
Because Xbox avatars suck. They suck
Well,
ass.
Yeah.
The PS3
They
ones are
suck
even
so
worse.
bad that everybody in the world except for you has one.
Well, had past tense.
Well, you have
Indeed.
one now. You have one now. It's like herpes.
Yeah, so I'm going to
never
add a
going
big
away.
disclaimer to my avatar saying that I did not mean to do this.
Just that'll be
Just
your
so that
that'll be your
people know.
quote. You know how it you
Yes.
can have a quote, it springs up in a little balloon.
I'm hurt by this whole thing.
Yeah,
really.
you need more to worry about in your life.
Yeah, I was gonna say if this is what it.
I'm
Well,
gonna
no,
put
I'm
my-
no
I
lo-
can't even make a good joke out of this.
I'm no longer cool.
It's okay.
You were never cool.
I'm
no
the
longer
coolest
is not
guy
a word that
here.
applies to you in this situation.
Impossible.
Yep.
All right.
I love Ibble.
So love is over.
So that we have Brian to thank for that.
yes.
Thank you, Brian.
That's pretty sweet, Brian.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
only
fun.
after what 9 months of people, harassing me to get
I
an
was-
avatar.
Sometimes you
tempted-
need
Well,
to
it's
take
because
things
you
in your own
acted-
hands.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So-
Only because you
oftentimes,
protest
actually.
too much.
All right.
Yeah.
So next up,
If you want it done right, you got to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
so
You forgot to mention his Japanese avatar is female.
Well,
What is-
I thought we all knew that. whatever. I don't know.
But telling me, I always play female characters in games. So
I was gonna say a lot of people do that. I don't do that because it would feel gay to me, but I don't judge other people.
I think spending 90 hours looking at a guy's ass running in front of my face is gay.
Huh, okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
If I've got to stare at an ass for that long, it might as well be a good one.
Huh.
although I was just starting to play Oblivion then because I kept playing Dragon Age and I'd like this game a lot better if it was Oblivion. And so I just started playing Oblivion again.
I felt the same way, except for it'd be a lot better if it was The Witcher. So I just started playing The Witcher again. I'm like, I'm tired of playing a game where I'm a weak ass and everyone kicks my ass, even like wolves and bears. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna play The
Yeah,
Witcher
but you
where I'm a
guys-
badass.
Yeah, but you guys liked playing Fallout 3, and God knows
It's like
you
a
get your ass
totally
kicked.
different game though.
Yeah, you really don't get your ass handed to you in the same way that you do in Dragon Age.
It doesn't matter how far along you're on in what you call it. There are situations that that Dragon Age throws at you that you're like, okay, I'm gonna die about 14 times my whole party
Yeah.
until I even figure out what I'm supposed to do in this situation.
Yeah, it's
Welcome to life.
Yeah, but you don't get to die 14 times.
yeah. There's no save function in real life, Roger.
Well, no, there isn't. But
If I wanted to play real life, I would play real life.
I joined the army.
Yeah, I can go. They'll still take me in the army at my age, though.
What is the cutoff?
It's really high now.
Oh, did they raise it?
Yeah, it's in your late 30s now.
I'm in my late 30s.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
I'm
was
going to
gonna
talk about
say.
it.
Oh, wow. I just hope I don't get drafted.
They're taking. If you're honorably discharged, they'll take you back, and you can be in your early 40s. I think
Well,
it's like
and I got a skill,
end of the
too.
German end of Nazi Germany now.
Yeah,
Where
really.
we
it's
recruit
like-
12-year-olds and 50-year-olds.
I'll ask him, can I be a werewolf? I'll fight at night
be
and on the
mecha-
weekends.
Be Mecha Hitler.
That would be bitchin'.
Yeah, you'd be all pixelated though.
Well, that's all right. You know, you got to make sacrifice.
So next up, Care or Don't Care, our yearly feature on
Yearly?
stuff. Well,
Semi-annual?
yeah, it's the stuff I
Semi-weekly?
come up with when the podcast
Doing all
runs
year.
shorts. Yeah.
really.
So do we care or not care about 3D gaming?
What is-
Ooh.
what do you mean by
What do
that?
you mean by that? We've had that since like Duke Nukem.
It,
Duke Nukem was a 3D game.
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
not
As was Battle Arena Toshinden.
No, you're using a 3D monitor and you have to wear 3D glasses and it's all.
It does
Well,
look pretty
it does-
cool.
It
That
doesn't
gives-
work with me.
Really?
Well, apparently
No.
Roger doesn't need it, but
I've
he
got a bad
does
muscle
have
Okay,
in one of my
Roger,
eyes.
vision. Otherwise,
It's a
he'd
sailboat.
never know when he got to the wall. But
Have you watched him walk?
yes, but he still doesn't run
No,
into the
he
wall.
doesn't have
Well,
stereoscopic vision.
He-
No,
he-
3D effects do not work on me.
stereoscopic vision equals any sort of depth perception.
Have you seen him walk into
Yeah,
walls?
but he's not constantly hitting his nose on the microphone, so he has depth perception.
It's a learned skill, but at the same time, 3D effects don't work on me.
Well, but little known fact.
Little known fact is no one gives a shit.
Little known fact, you actually because our eyes are not quite far apart enough. If somebody like throws a baseball or a football or something directly at you, you almost have no depth perception, and it's actually a learned skill to learn that sort of reckoning.
Do we have a baseball to test that on?
No,
Okay.
nor a football. I
Well,
have no sports equipment.
The only 3D game I tried was this really stupid 3D monitor at Micro Center, and it gave me a headache.
Ah.
So I just said, you know,
Well,
Get
they
to
this,
the
never-
part where you pee.
They
this
never
is for the-
calibrate that thing, so
I said, this is for the birds. I'm not spending more money on bullshit. And then I wandered away.
Well, if they do come out with a 3D game, and I'm hoping that the first thing that comes out, Discs of Tron, that would be awesome. And then
Oh.
Red Baron.
it already was in 3D.
Well, it's kind of.
I think
3D.
Oblivion would be pretty bitchin' in 3D.
So would Space Harrier.
No, Space Harrier wouldn't be.
Steve,
Space Harrier was dumb.
Space Harrier.
If it doesn't have immersive virtual reality sensory replacement system, not interested.
not interested in
Oh.
3D Space Harrier.
No.
Even though it's the greatest racing game
Until
ever
I have a
made.
Neurojack, I'm just simply not interested in any of these advances.
All right.
Well, you know, baby steps.
Whatever, Motoko.
Baby steps, Steve.
Well, but I'm not interested in it. You can make all the baby steps you want. It's like everybody's kid in the world makes baby steps, but I don't have to watch it.
Baby steps. Baby steps to immersive reality.
Okay.
we don't care
Thank
about
you,
your
Jodie
pedophilia
Foster.
there.
Jodie Foster. That's Bill Murray.
No.
Shit for brains. That's fucking. What about Bob? Baby steps.
Fucking contact.
Baby steps. Baby steps out the door.
Are you guys done?
No, we're
Dick
rolling right
sizing
along.
their
The-
movie
rolling-
trivia.
You're the worst
Rolling right
moderator
along.
ever.
What?
Worst moderator ever.
All
Come
right.
on.
All right. So
Moving
Dead
right along.
Space 2.
I haven't even gotten around to Dead Space 1.
Yeah, it's the same
neither.
here.
Have you played it, Steve?
9, Fraulein.
It's on my GameFly queue. It's eventually going to
By,
show up.
by
in
the
my
way,
home.
I was kind of about GameFly. Has that
It's awesome. I like it.
really?
Yeah.
I'm somewhat surprised they're selling it. I heard a thing they were going bankrupt or something.
Well, I love it because you can virtually any of the games you can buy for a lot cheaper. The book and the instructions in the box haven't seen the light of day, so they're not torn to hell. And you already know the game works because you've been playing it.
So you can rent a game, and if you decide, oh, I want to keep it, you can just say, hey,
Yeah. No, you just click the buy it button, and it's like usually 2/3 the price, and free shipping. A week later, you have your game.
with box instructions. That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
the box instructions come in the mail, and then they automatically just send you the next one in your queue.
Huh.
That's how I get all my games now. I don't bother with fucking GameStop, wherever the fuck that place is. Their used games look like
It's
an
Babbage's.
Yeah, Babbage's. Their used games always look like a toad wiped his ass with them. I can't believe it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm literally like, I can see daylight.
Just things you've seen often.
What, toads wiping their asses with yeah.
Butt wiper.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I can see daylight through the data layer in this disc. I'm like, Miss, did you even think about not taking this in? Hello.
Dude, they'll take anything.
I
in.
know they'll take
Yeah.
anything in.
They'll be like, hey, here's a disc. And
What
there's
is this?
poo
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, what is this mysterious brown stain on the box, Miss? Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't either, and that makes it a biohazard. Really? I mean, God.
So, next up.
That was what? Dead Space 2?
Yeah,
Got
no one-
toads wiping their own asses with Dead Space 2.
All right. So, Bad Company 2.
I hated the first one. Why
Really?
would I care?
Not
Oh,
interested.
It was a dumb game.
Did you like Bad Company, Steve?
Was that the one
That
that
was
you
one we-
hated because it had all the comedy in it? You ran out of grenades.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
So it's the one that you didn't really ever get.
Well, I very much enjoyed the fact that I had unlimited healing salves, but not unlimited grenades. That was great. I love that.
You
part of the
never
game.
really got the movie. It was okay. It was okay.
I didn't get the game.
Yeah.
There was a movie based on the game.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
He didn't really.
He
He didn't.
Kelly's Heroes,
Nonetheless,
but
he didn't get it. I thought it was all right.
No, I didn't get it.
Yeah, but are you interested in the sequel?
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about the sequel. The sequel could be ass, for all I know.
it probably will be.
Well, EA is trying to make quality games. Well, so we'll kind of see how this works out.
Well, I'm glad they're at least trying now.
That should be their little tagline underneath their
Yeah,
logo.
we're-
Yeah.
It just says quality games.
No, we try.
We try.
We're trying.
We're
again.
better than Activision.
Yeah.
EA,
Better- We're
we're
better than
trying.
Acclaim.
But now
Acclaim
we're-
doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, see?
Well, that would make them by default better than Acclaim.
Although I'm kind of curious, what company bought the IP for BMX Triple X?
I don't know.
I
Yes,
don't know.
Activision does
Activision.
own Blizzard. But that
Blizzard
doesn't-
is a license to print money. It's not a video game company.
Yeah.
They're
It's
a
just
bank.
we put out a game every 5 years and people go crazy over it.
5 years, that's optimistic.
Yeah, really.
We're talking Blizzard here.
You're not going to see Diablo 3.
We'll see StarCraft Ghost before
Yeah.
Diablo 3
Well, you'll
comes
probably
out.
see the new StarCraft 2 by second quarter next
No,
year. So.
we'll see Lost Vikings 3.
But I don't care about StarCraft.
Well, nonetheless, it's still Blizzard, and it's about 5 years since they put anything out. So
All right.
That's, well, World of Warcraft.
yeah, see,
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
they haven't had to
continual
put anything
project.
out because they're still counting money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
It's
too
like
busy
a,
counting their
it's like
money.
a fucking episode of DuckTales in there.
yeah, head of Blizzard is
Yeah, the
Scrooge
head of
McDuck.
head of Blizzard has his lucky dime.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, the Natal next.
It's like I need to make sure that Launchpad doesn't see where I hide this. All right, that's enough DuckTales reference.
No more.
All right.
details.
So next up, Natal.
The Natal. I aggressively
I
don't care about
I know
this.
you don't care. Roger, do you care about flailing around like a
I know.
uncoordinated white person?
It's
If
it's
you're trying
never
to make
worked
that out
before.
to be me,
It's never worked.
shut up.
Every time they've tried something like this, it's never worked. When are we going to learn that it's a bad idea?
I can think of one cool thing that you could do with it.
Jack yourself off virtually? That wouldn't be very cool. It's more
You
fun.
don't
do it
need to
in real
buy
life.
$400 piece of machinery to do that.
You're right. It's
I
mean,
mean,
and-
the one thing I could think of that would be kind of cool with that would be Fist of the North Star.
All I can see is more destroyed LCD TVs.
I know. It's just like
Well, you don't need anything in your hand for it, do you?
No, it's not
No,
like the
it's-
Wii.
so I
where
don't
you
think
n-
you're gonna
No,
destroy anything.
it's supposed to recognize like your
Yeah,
position, your
yeah.
Yeah,
XYZ
but like
position and
nobody
stuff like
else has
that.
gotten out of hand when they're pulling that shit.
Well, in like if you
Well,
tried,
stand away from your television. Don't.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
played
only
too many of
recognize me if
those-
I'm like a foot away.
I mean, like Black and White. Have you ever tried that game Black and White where you have to like make mouse motions for your magic and it never fucking worked?
No.
It was done by Peter Molyneux, the same guy who's behind one of the big guys behind Natal. Yeah,
Fuck's sake.
and Bill Gates, who, to the best of my knowledge, hasn't made a single game, so I don't know what he would know about games.
Well, it's true.
He made Minesweeper. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I can see the Natal working real well with Minesweeper.
Yeah.
Like you just point, and they're all into like pointing.
They
and
can
touching
make it,
screens and
take
shit. I'm
place
like,
in
what the
virtual
fuck?
Afghanistan with real minds.
That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Except there's no happy face when you.
There's no, yeah, there's no little like faces to.
There's no numbers on the ground either.
Yeah, I predict Natal is going to be made of fail.
It'll be a barking flop.
Yeah, I don't think initially it will be seen as that. I think that in
There'll be a lot of hype
retrospect-
and a lot of people that'll like
Exactly,
"Ooh."
a bit like the Wii.
A bit like the Aura Interactor.
Yeah, a bit like the Power Glove.
Yeah.
Power Glove would have worked better if they had made any more games for it.
They didn't
Yeah.
make any. Well, did they make?
There
games?
weren't any. I mean, well, there was one game for it, but
Oh.
I mean, there was even a lack of first-party games for that when Nintendo was putting out the majority of the games for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Like the Rob the Robot attack.
Yeah.
Well, at least
exactly.
2 games came out for that.
At least 2. Yeah, you're right.
Gyromite and Stack Up.
And Stack Up sucked ass. So it
Why?
was
Why do you know that?
because I tried both of them. I played a lot of Gyromite and I played some Stack Up, and I was like, "This sucks its own ass. I'm going to discontinue playing." it
I'm
now."
gonna start playing Wrecking Crew again.
I loved Wrecking Crew. That was a fucking Wrecking Crew was a sweet game.
By the way, you were talking about you didn't really care for Final Fight, even though like one of your favorite games of all time is pretty much a
Cyborg
Final
Justice.
Final Fight clone. Yeah, Cyborg Justice.
Cyborg Justice, you can't tear off people's arms and replace your own with them in Final Fight, can you?
I don't think.
And
you
it didn't
can,
have
no.
Waka Chicken music, did it?
No.
Okay, then let's not talk anymore about that.
Okay. So next up, we don't care about Natal.
No, we don't. Well, we didn't ask Steve.
is it a Neurojack?
No, it's not.
Then no.
I'm down as.
If I
You
had to
just wanna
spare
just-
money.
You just want to get into the Matrix like now, right?
Well,
No, he
if
just
at all
wants to get
possible.
into
He wants
Trinity
all,
like,
like-
now.
that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
See, I know it.
He wants the cyber sex. That's what he. That's all that he's interested
That's
in.
all anybody cares about.
Pretty much. I don't know why they're not devoting like 10% of the GDP of the United States to this goal.
You know,
Because
10% of the GDP is like $50. I mean, come on.
No, that's the net. That's
Oh,
that's
yeah,
that's the
okay.
net. I'm talking about the gross revenues.
Oh, okay.
okay, Crackdown 2 would be bitching.
It looks interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with it, though. I mean, after the ending that was kind of given in the first Crackdown game, where do they go from there?
Well, you could just do something different with the same premise.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be the same character.
like a different
Or a
city
ci-
that's
different
gone straight
city.
to hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
But is this going to be? I'm assuming this is not going to be a day one purchase for you.
I don't have that many day one purchases.
And neither
anymore.
do I. I have virtually zero anymore.
I mean, you're talking to the guy who's just started playing Fallout 3.
Well, you were actually smart because you picked up the
Yeah.
Game of the Year edition, so you got everything at a pretty good price.
That was
Mhm.
smart. Not like dumb fuck pasty boy who's got to run out and spend $60 for the motherfucker.
Yeah.
I actually do feel kind of stupid when I do things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you don't
Ju-
realize
just
it
when you
sometimes.
do stuff like that,
Yeah, just.
or is it like an additional?
I'm sure I can think of other
Oh.
situations. Like when I'm intoxicated and I don't ask the girl who's clearly flirting with me for a phone number.
Uh-huh.
Situations like that, I do feel pretty stupid too.
So like you feel dumb like once a decade then.
No, it happens way more than that.
And the moral of the story is
See, when I drink, I lose all my sense of urgency. It's just
certainly
it's the truth.
true.
It's like I see this chick at least once a year. You know, the drunk logic.
Glad that's working out for you, Mike.
Yeah, it really is.
All right.
Moving right along, Crackdown 2 might be sweet. I really enjoyed the first one, so
And you played the first one, Raj. Did
Yeah,
you
I
play
played the first
Crackdown?
one. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
that's
Yep.
why you should try Prototype. It's like Crackdown with Resident Evil in there, and you don't get penalized for killing civilians.
I was wondering how long it was going to be before you mentioned you should play Prototype.
You should play Prototype, and you should play Prototype, Murdock, and Steve should play Prototype as well.
Okay. We'll get right on that.
Hasty has expressed that he thinks I don't play enough video games.
You don't play enough video games.
No,
You really don't.
you should spend more time.
Yeah. What do you do?
Stuff.
Webcomics.
Well, that's true. He does have the webcomic, and that's probably a lot of time.
And searching for cheese.
Huh.
Well, I
Cheese
spend a
list.
lot of
Is that-
time. Emily was listening to a podcast about cheese today, apparently, allegedly.
Is the pursuit of cheese like a time-consuming endeavor?
I don't know.
You don't know?
The pursuit of good cheese.
Huh.
I
So-
also
So
don't
I
know.
guess the Kroger brand pepper jack is not what we consider to be.
It's hard to mess up pepper jack, actually. Actually, the way usually people mess up pepper jack is to make it too hot.
Yeah.
Like the cheaper ones tend to be like hotter.
For those of you who don't have a Kroger, it's also known as King Supers or Loaf and Jug. So just
Yeah.
thought I'd add that in,
Loaf in jug.
which is the
Sounds
greatest
like-
name for a supermarket ever.
I think
No.
Loaf and Jug's theme song is "Whiskey in the Jar."
Best one is
Yeah, In-N-Out
and it is
burger.
spelled, no, it's spelled
Are you making this up?
No,
Nope.
I've
They
actually got
exist.
photos of these places. It's
Oh,
hilarious.
This is a place in Britain,
No.
Iowa.
Iowa.
It's
Really?
a,
Oh, I
it's
saw
a
them
Midwest
up
chain.
in
Midwest-
South
Midwest
Dakota
chain.
too.
It's a Midwest chain.
Okay.
All right.
Love the fact it's spelled
That is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay, Champions Online.
Yeah, since our moderator isn't moving us along.
Yeah, Champions
So-
Online.
Roger, I know you were talking about.
Isn't this
Well,
already
I
out
kn-
for PC for a long time
I
now?
thought it was like a buggy mess that needs more content.
Well, yeah, but that was City of
That's
Heroes.
every
but
MMORPG.
Yeah, but hey, City of Heroes is still going on
Yeah.
and still has expansions and players
Yeah.
and shit.
How
Well, I'm
many
interested
players?
if they manage to get
What?
this game onto
Do
the
they have a
360
decent
like they're
number of players?
promising.
Apparently.
Because I was gonna look. I'm like, well, what if there's only 8 people playing?
It's not the original Jumpgate, which
Oh.
which literally has
8 people,
8 people
playing.
playing.
Oh, it's still going though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's free, and the server takes up about the processing power of a Pentium 200. So
Oh, so it's probably in some dude's basement, and he
Yeah,
forgot about it.
literally.
That's why it's still on.
it's like the IRC server for University of Minnesota, which was when I was working there, literally under some guy's desk.
That's awesome.
I actually one time it went down, and that guy was on vacation, so I literally unplugged it and plugged it back in and turned it back on because we couldn't log into it,
that well, you know,
which is like a horrible thing to do. But
oh, is it?
well, because you're not shutting it down properly.
Oh,
But it's a Unix server, so it recovered, and then was able to do it.
did you share that you've done that with?
No,
anyone?
no, I did
I
not.
would keep that to myself as
Yeah.
well.
Well,
Just
people were
broadcast
like,
it
"How
to
come when
everybody.
people were saying I can't get on the University of Minnesota's IRC server?" And I'm like, "Huh, let me go wander over and ask so and so about it." And
And there's
so
like
and so's on
cobwebs,
vacation,
yeah,
and
crickets chirping in his office.
yeah. So I'm like, yoink, plug back in, power it back on.
Did you actually
back
say
up.
yoink when you did that?
No,
Okay.
mentally maybe.
yeah.
When you do that sort of thing, the sound actually happens naturally. You
Yeah,
don't
it
actually
does.
have to say it.
Oh, okay.
So, was Champions Online coming on other systems apart?
It was
from the
supposed to
PC?
come out on Xbox 360, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
According to them, they've been bugging Microsoft about it, and Microsoft has been exceptionally slow about the information that they need in order to make this MMO work on.
They're all
360.
concerned about the Natal. They don't care about Champions.
Well,
hard can it-
all those consoles are all dropping the ball on the whole
Oh, I know. Jesus
MMO
Christ.
thing.
Well,
They already have an infrastructure too. It's like
Yeah, I
hello,
don't understand why.
Xbox Live Gold. You have
It was
all your
easier to
friends
get third-party servers, services for the original Xbox than it is for
there.
360.
Yeah. It's like hello.
Yeah, and I'm sure it can handle the load of an MMORPG. I mean, come on, Modern Warfare 2, how many people were on that thing?
Well, it's
Well,
not even so much that. I'm sure they're trying to integrate it so that you can actually, get all this stuff that's all your achievements and crap will show up on the dashboard or whatever. But so, I mean, like, you don't need to be on Xbox Live, as far as I know, to make like Final Fantasy 11 work.
I
So-
think you're right. Yeah, you don't.
But they're just trying to integrate it, and it's.
So, yeah,
I mean, shit, on the old Xbox Live and the original Xbox, there was all sorts of companies that had their own server infrastructure.
Yeah.
EA did, and all that sort of stuff.
So yeah, I guess I'd be kind of interested. But
Yeah,
they
except
seem
Final
kinda-
Fantasy 11's barely an MMORPG.
Yeah.
Well, it's an MMORPG. It's just really, really difficult.
You got to get a group of 12 people to kill this
Yeah.
level 2 slime.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now,
Like,
Fantasy Star Online, that's barely an MMO.
Yeah.
Well, no, that was just fighting.
Yeah, their thing's history anyway. Don't play that game. It
It's
sucks
because
as
it
hell,
wasn't
man.
any good.
Oh, the Xbox one sucked. It was so bad. I
The
was like,
360 one wasn't any better.
it was horrible. I enjoyed the one on the Dreamcast. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be sweet. And
Yeah.
no, it sucked its own asshole clean. It was so bad. I was like, oh,
You don't like anything,
no, I like quite
except
a few things.
Cyborg Justice is the only game you've ever liked.
That's true. Yeah, I still play it to this day because it's
It's like that and the 3DO version of Road Rash. I mean, come on.
No, I play. What is that one with the Scotsman who lists his kill in the fireball?
Oh,
comes
Kasumi Ninja.
yes.
Worst fighting game ever.
Yeah, that's the other one I play still
Why?
because it's the only game that's ever any good.
That and Fight for Life, huh?
Fight. Oh yeah,
And,
Fight for Life
What was
and Citizen Kabuto.
Hey, you need to send Sorlak, by the way, the what is it, the MAME ROM for Trio the Punch.
Jesus.
He doesn't believe me that it's the worst game I've ever seen anywhere at any time.
I don't know if I want to send that to him. He may want
Do it.
No, he
Do
doesn't
it.
believe. He doesn't believe.
Do it.
He has to
Do
be
it.
made to believe.
Yep.
I'll send him that and a copy of Ninja Clown.
Ninja Clown. Yeah. Yeah, you'll make friends that way.
Well, I'm not going to make friends with him if I'm sending him Trio the Punch. I mean, come on.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a hugely social guy anyway.
Okay. So
Alright.
next up, we have Steve's Star Trek pontification. This is episode 4, Encounter at Cheese Point.
Who's Huxley? What?
Well, thank you for listening to our gamer.
Thank you
Huxley is-
for Pasty never actually listening to the podcast, apparently.
So, Steve, tell us about Star Trek Online, or is it once again, hey, look, it's the same old screenshots?
They haven't put on any new videos yet.
It looks interesting, but the
You see the video for it?
I saw a developer's release video with like a historical timeline of what brings you up to the gate.
No, there's
game's
like gameplay.
Oh,
video
there's a
that's out
gameplay
now.
one now.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, wow, this seems to be really artificially created in order to make a universe of unending strife for an MMO.
Yeah.
I was
Pretty
like,
Well,
holy,
yeah.
everyone's at war with everybody. Like, oh, okay.
Shit. Well,
That's all the stuff that happens off. It's like the war was like a few years ago before the Star Trek series that you're currently in.
Yeah, it was like Jesus
no,
Christ. It's like
it's
everybody's fighting
not
everybody.
really, because like it has all the modern all the modern ship designs, all the
Yeah,
Romulan
it's like
ships designs are the new ones.
The Gorn are a major power. I'm like, the Gorn? They're fighting with the Tholians. I'm like, oh, Christ in heaven, give me a break.
Well, did you ever read any of the source material for Starfleet Battles?
I haven't played that game in like 20 years.
Yeah, Starfleet Battles had all this like gigantic. There was all sorts of stuff in Starfleet Battles that was like, okay, well, you spent a lot of time in the background. I don't really want to play your game, but your background story is interesting.
Yeah.
Like the Tholians have this sort of
Yeah,
ship, and you're like, did we ever see a Tholian ship? Oh yeah, I guess we did. They kind of look like erasers.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it looked like it's like
Looked like the
whatever.
little ships you had in like Quicks. or
Yeah, it
whatever.
looked like, and it was doing the Quicks thing. on the
Yeah.
Enterprise. It's like, it would
And
take like a
it's like-
minor race and
And
make,
then
like,
the Gorn ship is like, we never even saw Gorn ships. How do you?
no,
what
we
do you
did
even do?
not. We just saw it like kick Captain Kirk's ass. Do we get to do that in the game? Like hit A B A B A B, and you like give Captain Kirk like right and left, and then smash his head into a rock.
And then if you do the secret one, he tears your shirt off. And,
yeah,
you know.
he like rips his shirt open
And
and
plays that music.
No,
It's
that's
like,
one
dun,
of his
dun, dun,
special
dun.
moves.
yeah,
That's a Captain Kirk special move.
that
That's
charges
his
up his
taunt.
yeah. That's he charges up his rage gauge by like
Yeah,
tearing his
tear
shirt
shirt
off
off
and
and-
going, "Ah!"
Saying gutter snipe, gutter trash,
Gutter trash.
gutter trash.
So,
Gotcha,
Steve, do you have anything else about Star
I-
Trek other than
Matt asked me if I signed up for the beta, and I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't remember, so we'll see. But it's this weird thing where like the beta, they're asking you to sign up for the beta, and it's trying to the questions made me think that they're basically looking to find the 13-year-olds that are going to be playing this game. I'm like,
How many 13-year-olds do you think are gonna want to play a Star Trek MMO?
I don't know. It's the new MMO. They'll rush to it because they'll try to power level through it.
Oh,
That always happens.
the Star Wars one looks like it might be fun.
I don't know.
Oh, the
They'll probably
Knights of the Old
it's-
Republic?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Sony Online Entertainment will buy it again and ruin it.
Well, that's possible, and they have this funky system whereby, like, if you're going through a raid or something, and you have to make like a dark side, light side choice that like the players vote, like you bust onto the ship and you're gonna punish the captain for disobeying the Sith, and do you like shoot him in the head and throw him in the airlock, or do you like let him go? And like I'm like, so what if you're playing with a bunch of dweebs who just always pick the dark side version? You're like, oh, now I'm like dark sided for no reason.
Well, the other thing is,
Could be like
is
an-
it going to be like real dark side, or is it going to be puppy kicking?
Well, yeah. It's like you've given him you've used very harsh language against this captain, and now his feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
Dark side point for you.
Oh, yeah,
No,
it could be worse. It could be the West End games, dark side points, where you get 3 of them, and the GM gets your character because you go to the dark side.
Oh wow, that's stupid.
Well,
I
it
don't
was
think so, 'cause
pretty
there's, like-
different. You had to pretty much, because in the West End games, Star Wars, you had to. Everybody was a good guy in that one. You were fighting against the Empire. There were no stats given for PC stuff for the Rebellion characters. So you had to be very deliberately doing evil things in order to get dark side points in that game.
Oh, so it's like smacking your pee-pee, basically. You get a dark side point.
Well, yeah, no, it was more like
Oh,
you've
it-
used
what is-
Force Lightning, you get a dark side point. That sort of
Well,
thing.
what?
Oh.
Great. So the Jedi are the Catholic Church, in other words.
you get to fight
Fight
the
yes,
Sith with
they're-
rulers?
yes, they're the
What-
Presbyterian
ruler.
Church. You didn't get that illusion in in Star Wars, the Jedi Council. It's kind of like the
Well,
church.
there was something
and-
like that. Yeah. Well,
I-
when they brought in the celibacy, that was yeah.
Oh wow, I see. You're not making me want to watch those movies now.
Just
What you've never seen the prequels?
I saw Phantom Menace in like 10 minutes of the second one, and I think I saw the third one, but I totally spaced it out because it was bad.
Oh, by the way, because we had been because we had seen the riff tracks of Twilight. That
Oh.
was one thing else that I figured out. The
I don't want to kill myself for making me think of that.
well, no,
My
it
blood
was
is on
like
Roger's
it is so bad
It
that
is so bad.
well, Bella and Edward's relationship makes
It
Padme
does.
and Anakin, and
they-
I can't speak.
Use your words, Servo.
And Anakin's romance looked just
Just-
epic.
Yeah, burning with passion. They're so bad. Now I cannot watch any kind of
Hey,
Sanford and
and-
Son anymore.
In,
the
uh,
best one
in-
was Line.
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 In Twilight, the vampires are the Catholic Church. Literally, they're based in Rome.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, I read that whole thing.
So yeah, it's
Wait,
like it's not really symbolism when you're beating somebody over the head with it.
Well, thank you for
Well,
listening
some
to the
people need to.
Twilight podcast.
Line.
Line.
So
Check it out. It's Avatar.
Line.
So Steve, how's Huxley coming along? And it's not a person, Mike.
Who's Huxley?
Huxley.
Yes, Huxley. It's an MMO based on Brave New World.
Oh,
That's
Oh.
excellent.
yeah.
Who's
Oh.
Huxley?
Huxley is a game.
Wait a minute, they already did this. It was called
It's called Where's Waldo? Who's Huxley?
BioShock. No, wait, that was Rand.
No,
Sorry, that was my
Huxley.
bad.
That was a game based on Anne Rand's ranting.
Yeah.
What was
BioShock.
that?
No, Huxley is a MMORPG that's never, ever, ever coming out.
Really? I've
Yeah,
never
it was
even heard of
announced.
I've never even heard of it.
In 1900.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had
trying
They
to
were-
think when I first heard of that game.
It's
I think
when they were
the
talking
Triassic
about Prey.
period was when they
What?
first started.
When they were talking about Prey.
Well, when
Prey.
Prey got released, maybe, but because Prey got released, Steven, which is bizarre. I
When
think
Battle Cruiser 3000
Yeah.
got released.
it was when Independence War came out.
oh my god.
There's I got a copy of Independence War 2 sitting on the shelf right over there.
I wouldn't say that.
I loved Independence War 1. It had a great demo, but it was 150 megabytes to download in 1997.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The they were talking about Huxley, I think, before the Matrix Online came out. It's been around for a really long ass time.
Okay, now you're going to have to refresh my memory.
I don't even remember what it's about. That's how old it is. I just remember Huxley is a game that's going to come out sometime.
So you don't remember whether it was sci-fi or
Well, it's sci-fi, but I remember there was that Virtual On MMORPG.
It was a virtual on
It wasn't really a Virtual On, but it was like Virtual On, except it was an MMORPG
It
version.
was like Auto Assault with robots.
Yeah, and it came
Oh.
out like 5 years ago. This was in development before that came out.
Wasn't that like
Wow.
RF Online or something?
I don't remember. I tried
Wow.
playing the demo for it. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on in this game. I'm stopping.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Now I got to look up Huxley.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to forward this to you, and I got busy at
Who's
work.
It was-
there was a list on Kotaku of
It was in development when Garriott changed the theme for
Tabula Rasa.
for Tabula Rasa.
Holy shit.
Yeah, actually before, because they were talking. It was when I first heard of Huxley, it was in an article about sci-fi MMORPGs because there weren't a lot at the time. And Tabula Rasa, they were like, "Oh, this was going to be a fantasy
game, and
RPG,
now
and now they've changed it to this."
It worked better as a science fiction.
Well, maybe, except we had no idea what it was before.
Well, that's true.
Like, you just spent 5 years developing this MMO, and now you're going to change the theme of it. Oh, that's always a good development decision.
Well, you just reskin everything and you're set.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was the only game that I've seen so far where spawns made sense.
Yeah, that was, and it's the only game I've played that they gave up on prematurely.
Yeah, I don't
It's
really.
like, well, we have some minor difficulties that would be easily fixed. Let's just can the whole
Let's
thing
can the whole
and
deal.
come out with Eon because it's so much like World of Warcraft that it's got to
Oh.
be successful.
It was. Oh, it's like it's night and day the innovation that was happening between those two games.
By the way, like I was saying, Steve, on Kotaku, there was an article of the MMOs that came prior to World of Warcraft and either failed during the process of World of Warcraft or were born and died during World of Warcraft.
A lot
It
of
was
them.
really sad.
Yeah.
MXO is the one I'm saddest about.
MXO.
Matrix Online. When that game first came out, it was really cool.
Huh.
Because you could move between servers
Oh, that's cool.
because you were jacking in.
yeah.
And so you could jack between these different servers. The NPCs, which were played by employees, could jack between servers. There was,
Oh wow.
the main, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Morpheus, and Morpheus was supposedly dead after trying to, because it's all peaceful at the end of the 3 movies, right?
Yeah.
So Morpheus never accepted that there was peace at the end of it. So he's running around trying to fight against the machines, and he tried to blow up something or other, and it's presumed he's dead. But then there's all this other stuff going on with there's the exiles, the factions were the exiles, the machines, and the humans, and the Zionists.
Yeah.
And it was really, it was all, it was a difficult game. There were some problems with mechanics for a while that got sorted out. But the cool thing really was that you could change your skill set at any time. You had brain capacity. So you could
Oh,
jack
okay.
out and you could re
Oh, okay,
re-spec
yeah.
and then jack back in.
No
But-
kung fu.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
But then the other thing cool is the fan base did a lot of cool things. Like there was Radio Free Zion, that was a radio show that happened that was run by fans. And if there was something going on in the game, they would announce it, and people could jack out and then jack to that server. So
and
if there was an
participate in
in-game
whatever's-
event or something, or if there was a big battle or something, they would let people know over the Radio Free Zion radio, and
Well,
so that
that's
you could
kinda
do it.
bitchin'.
I mean, it was really cool, and there was a lot of cool stuff in it. And then Sony Online Entertainment bought it, and then it
got
all went to
fucked
hell.
up.
They got rid of Radio Free Zion. They got rid of a bunch of the employees that were playing the NPCs. They got rid of a bunch of the servers, and they redid the combat system like they did in Star Wars Online. and
Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
basically, if Sony Online Entertainment never buys your MMO, you might as well stop playing.
Yeah, just cancel it.
All right, so the next episode of Star Trek's pontification here is the Q Cheese Continuum.
All
I've
right.
been looking up episode names of Next Generation and adding cheese whenever I can.
And we're going to discuss Huxley again.
Yeah, I think it's become a running gag.
Okay.
pretty much.
Who's Huxley? Who is John Galt? Who is Huxley?
Well, see, Huxley is the running gag for Steve, where if Brian was here, we would have to be talking about Gran Turismo
oh crap.
5. That game's never
I
coming
like how
out either.
Forza's back out again.
Yeah. There's been 3 Forzas in the time it's taken Sony to come out with one Gran Turismo.
Yep.
Well, why do we care about another race car game?
Well, I don't, but Brian.
The racer folks care a lot about
guess
Gran
so,
Turismo.
yeah. Oh, it's
Well,
Gran
the
Turismo.
simulation racer guy.
It's a simulation. You plebe.
Weeb?
Yes. The plebes cannot understand our love for the racing simulation.
All right,
I hate
then.
people like that.
Okay.
Fucking guys.
You say that all the time.
No, I don't.
All right, so is that it?
Don't
I
say
think
that.
that's it because Steve just yawned.
Yeah, Steve's getting. It's past Steve's.
Yeah, it's past
Steve's bedtime.
Apparently.
He's gonna. Yeah, he's not cranky. He's overtired.
Steve's not going to turn into a pumpkin. Steve's just going to turn into a block of cheese.
Eat me.
I'm food. Eat me.
And then a prince will have to kiss the cheese to turn him back
What?
to normal.
Huh.
Really?
Wow, that was a nice non sequitur.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you for listening to Diehard Cheese Radio. I mean, Diehard Gamer
Push
I mean,
the button.
Diehard
Murdock.
Huxley Radio.
Radio. Yeah.
Die Hard Huxley Radio.
Diehard Aldous Radio.
Yeah.
Tune in next time when we'll talk about the Fountainhead MMORPG.
Yeah. Yeah, really. The Zarathustra MMORPG.
Yeah, the Brave New World MMO, also known as B.
So next up, Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing, the MMORPG.
Super Fudge, the MMO.
Oh, are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Oh, so Menstruation, the MMO.
That is an MMO. There's patches.
Menstruation.
Push the button.
Thank you for listening to Diehard Gamer Radio. You can visit our website at diehardgamerradio.com and iTunes, or you can email us at diehardgamerradio@gmail.com.